Should put two more thing now. Yep, we're live. Yo. We are back, the three lads, with maybe our second to last pod for the season. Well, it is for the season, but it might not be our second to last pod. But yes, we're back. Red Devil Soul here with our two co-hosts, G Banks and Joey Six Times, the champion. The champion as he sits there, right there. So we're back with obviously previews of the last Premier League round 37, and then obviously the round, not previews, results of the last round and the previews of the next one. Plus, we've got our big final to talk about, G Banks, which is going to be pretty good. Two tough teams in it.
So. The bigger fish to fry competition.
So,
the oldest competition.
Before we get to that,
how do you know about that? Have I mentioned that, or did you just know?
No, you've only mentioned it about 40 times.
Oh, I haven't. I don't think I have. Maybe you just know that because it is the oldest competition in the world, just in case you didn't know.
But yeah, before we get to that preview, we'll talk about the champions and their previous game with Arsenal at Anfield. So yes, biggest game of the weeks. How did you go? 2-2 draw. So take it away, Joey.
Yeah, let's be honest. So the talking point from the game is not really the game, but I'll go to the game anyway. First off, 2-2 draw with Arsenal. Considering we're 2-0 up, it's a bit of a disappointment.
I was going to say you started off well, yeah.
Given the circumstances of the seasons, with us already being crowned champions and Arsenal still fighting for a top 4 finish, it's not a bad result. It still shows me that if we really had something to play for, I reckon we still had another couple of years, and I reckon we would have, if we hadn't wrapped up the title, and that's what Arsenal are going to come and bring to Anfield next year, I'm very confident that we can beat them if we need to. Yeah. First half we played really well. Second half,
I was going to say, did you see old matey not clapping in the Guard of Honor?
Yeah, but let's be honest, man. He's a good young player, but he's very arrogant for his age.
He is. He's a little bit arrogant.
Yeah. At the same time, I don't know. He hasn't made it yet. He's had half a decent season. It's not like Arsenal have done particularly well. They've conceded quite a few goals, and he's been in defence for that. So,
you know what Lewis Kelly's claim to fame is? I did the Haaland celebration.
Did the Haaland celebration?
Yeah, that's his
they
can have that trophy when we're actually playing in the final.
There's no denying he's a good player. Or what we've seen of him so far for his age, he's good. Whether or not he can continue to develop, or I know Arsenal fans already are telling him saying he needs to be in midfield. I don't know. I don't really see that side of his game, but yeah, look, he does well. But yeah, arrogant, and that might be the undoing of him, really. So yeah. At the end of the day, you might not have clapped us, but we got the trophy. You didn't. So who really had the last laugh? We don't need your clap. We'll take the trophy anyway. I'm happy with that. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, all these Arsenal fans talking a lot. They've already started talking about next season already.
Connor Bradley done well, was tired, substituted off. The talking point of the game, obviously, Trent getting booed. My take on it, honestly, it's sad. This is the thing. It's sad for me to see it. And it's sad for me to see Trent and see this situation. And I wish, as much as Trent, that wasn't happening. At the same time, you fully deserve it, in my opinion.
I was going to say, did you watch it? Oh, obviously you did. Yeah. Did you boo when he came on?
It was just like, why are you bringing him on? I'd rather lose the game.
That's what I want to ask you. Do you think Slot did that on purpose a little bit?
I think he did in a way. I think he did it in a way to show the rest of the team and to show other people that we're not just going to be this stepping stone of a club, and you can kind of do the dirty on us. And obviously, Slot's he's the manager of the club. He'll know the ins and outs of what's happened. And if you ask him about it, like, he's pretty much of the view as well. He says exactly that thing. I can't tell people how to feel. So yeah, it's one of them. Sad to see, but at the same time, like, you kind of deserve it in a way.
I thought you lot never walked alone. What happened?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing.
All of a sudden, one wants to go to Spain, and now he's walking alone. What's going on?
Yeah, no, it's not just the fact that he wants to go to Spain. It's the fact that, like I've explained 10 times, and this is something that I don't know, like, why our rival fans can't wrap their head around. We've been trying to sign him for the last 2 years, right? He hasn't signed contracts for the last 2 years. He's been talking to Real Madrid for 18 months, right? Instead of coming out 18 months ago and saying, no, I'm going to Madrid, he said, I want to see club ambition. Like, I want to see how we're going to compete first. He already knows at this point, he's going to Madrid. And this is the thing. You never walk alone, but if you stab us in the back and do the dirty on us, like he has done, then of course you walk alone. We're not a fucking charity. We're not just going to say you can just fuck us in the ass and we'll just roll your red carpet out. No, you punch us, we'll fucking punch you back. Like, that's how it rolls. That's the way the cookie crumbles. If you're Scouser or if you're not a Scouser, doesn't matter. You piss on the club, you can fuck off. And
that's what I was actually going to ask you, but you've already answered it. I was going to say, would have it mattered less if he was, like, for example, when Coutinho left, right? And he went to Barcelona.
Coutinho signed a deal.
No, he went for a fee. Yeah, I know. I get that. It's a bit different. Don't get me wrong. But you just had that affiliation with him. I remember, like, everyone loved Coutinho at Liverpool, blah, blah, blah. It just didn't seem to be the same. Again, I know the money.
I'll tell you what happened with Coutinho. Coutinho left. We were upset. We were heartbroken. What happened straight after? We bought Alisson. We bought Van Dijk straight away. That was the money. We sold him. We bought them too. Kind of in a way, you're like, oh, fucking hell. All right, now we're talking. And then obviously we seen Van Dijk in his first season at Liverpool. After like 5 games, you were like, thank God Coutinho left.
And we got this guy. You got Alisson.
Huh?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Didn't you just win Champions League as soon as you got Alisson?
We made it to the final. And then that's when. No. We did actually. No, we did.
Because you lost with fucking. Yeah, that's Carrier. I'm pretty sure he's bought bloody Alisson. He's won.
And so we bought a few players with the money. Coutinho.
I definitely would have blown the wound on fucking Coutinho.
That's the thing with Trent as well. Like, and like I've said, it's not even the fact that we're like just fully upset about like him going as an actual player. Like, yeah, he is good, but he definitely has his weaknesses. And we've had to accommodate for him. And if we can get someone who's actually going to do a bit of work defensively, like
Frimpong.
I know Frimpong's not the the talks are in with Frimpong. It's looking pretty like if we want to go down that route, he's going to come. Again, has his defensive liabilities for sure. But he's a lot faster than what Trent is, so he can get back, recover a bit more. And like I said, we've been defending with pretty much 2 defenders for the last 8 years with Robertson and Trent. So I don't think getting Frimpong is going to be like a big shock to the system for our defense or how we play. But yeah, I don't even know who are we playing next. I don't even know. I'm just in party mode. Champions.
Just like your team, huh? Apparently they're in Dubai, relaxing and shit.
Games. They're there for a Trent getaway or Trent farewell. Look, I'll just see if I didn't like the guy. If we didn't love him, we wouldn't be upset.
The players are still going to give him a farewell.
Yeah, because they're his mates.
Yeah, they see him every day. They played with him. They're like, he's probably got like family friends or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're mates. And from their level, their mates probably come before the club because they're boys, you know what I mean? Whereas we're fans. Like, the club comes before the players, before, like, you know, it doesn't matter. Or, like, they're still human. It's like, yeah, they are. But at the same time, the game's about transfer fees. The game's about selling and making money. And when a player's worth something, that you retain some form of fee for him. When we have to replace him now, we've got to spend 40 million. Like, we just lost, like, a right back who has, you can't replace him. You can't. There's no one out there that you'll get. Maybe Reece James.
We
If
cannot
he's fit.
replace it. We will never replace it.
That you can't. You can't.
You know that Pep quote? We will never replace it.
Really?
We cannot.
Yeah. We cannot replace him. And then he's went on to get Haaland. So
He
I'm
starts
hoping
crying.
something like that happens.
Yeah, you know what's funny? He says that, and then we get Haaland the next season. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously that's I didn't want to see Trent get booed, but if I was there, would I have booed it? Probably. I don't know.
I reckon Sol's onto something. I reckon you did boo when he came on. For sure you
Had a
booed.
little
I
bit of
know
a boo
you-
in this.
I
Boo in
know
this.
you too well. If you're watching with your dad, bro, if he was watching it with Papa Joe, what do you reckon, Sol? He would definitely be booing.
My dad's not
Hey?
he's not happy. My dad's full on. If you think what I say is bad, oof.
That's what I mean. That if you were watching it
Yeah.
with him, 100% the booze came out. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Now look, jokes
But now
aside.
you have.
Yeah.
Oh no, go on.
Oh no, I was just adding on to what you're saying. All right, but banter aside, yeah, honestly, I reckon I've spoken to a couple of Liverpool fans, like including my brother and other people. I honestly think it's a bit of both. Like, it's him and it's the ownership. Like, because there's been reports saying that they didn't offer him exactly what he wanted. Well, the agent, which is his brother or something, they didn't offer him what he exactly wanted or something like that, and he'd been asking for so long. And I just feel like, as one of your club legends, in my opinion, like, you know, you born and raised in Liverpool, blah blah blah, like you said, Merseyside.
This is the
I just
thing,
thought,
but
you know, why wouldn't they have given him? And it was only like 30 million or something extra, whatever it was that Real Madrid paid for.
30
You know what I
million.
mean? Yeah,
Dude,
so
his
apparently
brother,
they paid.
his brother got an agent's fee.
That's what I'm trying to say. So
Like, but like, it's his fucking brother. You're not playing.
yeah, I know that,
Like,
but what I'm trying to say is, surely they could have it's only 30 million, bro. That's what I'm trying to get at. Surely you do that, mate. Like, I know his brother's going for it. Like, he's like, you see what his brother's trying to do, but at the end of the day, it's like sort of looking at it like it's Trent. All right, we'll give his brother the 30 million, so just shut him up and then let him convince him to stay here. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, at the same
bro,
time.
at the end of the day, he's like you said, he's worth more than 30 million.
At the same time, you know what Liverpool's like. They're not just going to give someone's brother 30 million to keep him happy. Like,
yeah, but like,
at the end of the day,
why not put the pressure on the owners?
Trent got offered $280,000 a week contract at Liverpool, and he turned it down. You're telling me you're earning $280,000 a week, you can't look after your brother?
No, look,
bro, your brother needs a $12 million payout off your footballing career. Like, you know,
look, you're not listening. I'm not saying in the right here. What I'm trying to say is,
he can go.
He's like, yeah, he brought you for extra 30 million. You could have probably had him stay around. That's what I'm trying to get at. I just feel like there should be more pressure on the owners as well.
All I'm saying is he is up.
I just feel like the owners got away scot-free.
Negotiations were going since like 2024, April 2024. So that's a very long time. So
yeah,
he had a long time to negotiate. So I think Trent's brother was just I think Trent's brother was just being a dickhead.
No, he was milking it. That's what I mean. He was
just,
trying to milk it to get the most
best deal
for himself as well.
And then you got Jude as well. You got Bellingham, his best mate. You know.
Well,
and just the whole Real Madrid aura.
Well, look, like I said, I don't really like where he's going, so I don't care what happens to him, to be honest.
Neither do I.
It's just more of like a banter thing against Liverpool, you know, like, oh, look, your boys.
What do you generally think? Do you generally think Trent will do well at a club like Madrid?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I'm not even trying to be funny or anything. I reckon he'll be fine.
Yeah,
I don't reckon he'll be like outstanding, but he'll take over Danny Carvalhal's place.
The average, right back.
Yeah, he'll just be like a normal, right? Like, you know, so at Liverpool, he was at this. And look, I'm not even trying to and you did this yourself, and a lot of Liverpool fans, you defended him. right? When he like, bro, how much times we've been on this panel arguing whatever, and me and you've had this Carl Walker thing debate multiple times.
That's why we're so upset, man, because we've been defending him tooth and nail.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, Real Madrid
and this is the funny thing.
Real Madrid.
The whole all the newspapers in England, they want to say, "Oh, Liverpool fans on this." The newspapers over the last 8 years have been hammering Trent over his defensive things. They in his interviews asking him, "Oh, why are you a bad defender?" Like no one cared for his mental health then. When the whole country was putting him on the shit defender, he can't defend, rah, rah, rah. But now all of a sudden Liverpool fans boo him and the whole country is worried about his welfare. The same country that booed their own national team off games countless times.
Got a point there.
What do you mean? Well, the perfect example, the Euros.
Boo Rashford, yeah, still boo Rashford.
That's what I was going to say. They were at Euros.
Like,
they're just now recovering from it. Like, what do you mean? Like, and some players haven't recovered from it, like Sancho, and you know what I mean. So, yeah, there definitely is a toxic environment in England. But if we got into that, we'd be having a 4-hour discussion about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, like I said, banter aside, I think he'll do fine. I just don't think he'll be He might be. He could be. But I just don't think he's going to be extraordinary. And like what we were saying, if he has like a bad spell, or he gets cooked in like a Champions League final or something, or like semi-final or something.
Or Clasico.
Yeah, or thank you, like in a Clasico. Bro, watch them turn. Bro, they turned on Gareth Bale and he scored a bicycle kick in the Champions League final. You know what I mean? Like, so imagine like what would happen if he gets skinned a couple of times by Rafinha or something. You know what I mean? But look, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Look what Doku done to him. He's the most dribbled past player in the game in Premier League history. And he's going to be the right back of Real Madrid. He's not going to be able to push up like he does at Liverpool. He's going to have to sit back and probably defend it. That's it. But actually, what I have heard is that Alonso is planning on going three at the back. That's why they just bought. Is
this confirmed? Alonso is now the coach of Real Madrid.
Alonso's coach of Real Madrid, and you know who they just signed? Or who they're signing? They're signing Dean Huijsen from Bournemouth.
Yeah,
the young 20-year-old.
Yeah. Oh, that tall guy, the tall lanky
guy.
Yeah, that guy.
They're signing him.
The chill guy.
Yeah. He's so good, man. Like we're all in for him.
He's gonna go three at the back. Like Arsenal, so that means Trent's gonna go right wing back.
He'll go right wing back.
Maybe
and if he does play right wing back, if he plays right wing back, I'll have to admit he will pop off because he
probably
in that position of the field. In that position of the field, the way he can whip balls in he's the best in the world. I reckon, in my opinion. He's on par. He's on par with Prime De Bruyne. If he's playing in that position, he's gonna pop off.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna be real. I just deeped it right now. I'm never giving Real Madrid credit again because I actually remember the start of the season. I'll admit it. I was genuinely scared of Real Madrid because of they just signed Mbappe. They got Jude off and running. You know what I mean? All this stuff. And look, they haven't even won the league. Couldn't even get to the Champions League.
Barcelona just won it.
Barcelona just won it. So they've had a horrible season compared to their standards. You know what I mean? And look at who they signed. You know what I mean? So maybe it's not all,
It isn't. It isn't, man. What do you mean? At one point, PSG had Neymar, Messi, and who else?
Neymar, Messi, and
Mbappe. Yeah, and Mbappe up front, though. And they couldn't do nothing in Champions League. We've seen it. Look at Chelsea.
And it's funny. The ironic thing is, look where PSG is right now. Like I know they've made it to a final before, but
this is the thing I'll say as well. Alonso is an unproven manager with superstars. He's managed a small club or a smallish club and brought them up. Yes, managing Real Madrid and managing people like Vinny and Mbappe and keeping everyone happy and keeping everyone respecting you, especially as a young manager, is going to be difficult. That's a whole new challenge he's never had before. And the whole thing, even with Trent, with everyone, after they haven't won nothing this season, if they win nothing next season, half the team's gone, manager's gone. It's a meltdown in that club if they don't win. And every year they don't win something. If they don't win the Champions League or the La Liga, if they go to the season without either of them two, someone's getting sacked. People are going, heads are rolling.
If that were to happen, that'd be like similar vibes to the El Galacticos. When remember when they had that horrid season with the El Galacticos, and they ended up literally just getting everyone like Beckham,
no like farewell, thanks for your service, like that's it.
Yeah, I think they kept like Raul and a couple others. And
to be honest, like I could go on and on about the disgusting scumbag of a club they are. To be honest, they're just not a future club in world football. They're the biggest, and look how they still go about their business. The peasants, you know what I mean? We're the biggest club in the world. Everyone wants to pay for us, but yeah, you can't even buy. Look what you have done, Rudiger, Mbappe, Trent. That's like 500 million. There's nearly 500 million worth of players. 400 million worth of players nearly, and you just scounded them for free. You scumbags! Like honestly, ruining the game. Honestly, ruining the game. Madrid. Madrid.
That was our little.
Look, as long as they keep going Madrid for Liverpool players, I'm not too fussed. You know what I mean? Like, it seems to take a lot of your.
They're going to be going
for Haaland as well.
I heard they're going to come for Haaland soon. They'll be coming for Haaland soon.
Nah, get out of here. Haaland ain't going
you got Brighton.
Yeah, he signed a 10-year contract. He ain't going anywhere.
No. Apparently, that was the thing. So they apparently inquired about Canate and that Dean Huijsen, but Liverpool, Canate is still under contract for 2 years or a year and a half. And yeah, so Liverpool were like, no, we want more than no, we're not signing pretty much. Cheers. Because now they want Trent. They asked us to release Trent early so he can play in the Club World Cup. And Liverpool said no.
Because that's in like June, July or something, like just after the season ends or something. Interesting. Yeah. Wow, that's funny. Imagine that. Well, look, well, like you said, you're on the beaches. Who do you got this week? Do you know?
They got Brighton. Brighton away. Brighton's at home.
Let's just give them points. Let's just give them the points.
Give them the points.
Look, we got McAllister for 35 million.
Okay, Robin Hood, calm down.
We got McAllister for 35 million. The least we could do.
And they say a couple hundred from.
Yeah, give them the 3 points. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, in that case, then I reckon 3-1 Brighton.
3-1.
Yeah.
Really? Like are you really going 3-1 Brighton?
Wait. Where's it at? Is that at Anfield?
No.
Oh no, yeah, 3-1 Brighton. They're at the beaches, though. I don't think half the team's going to show up.
Yeah.
The only reason they show up to Arsenal is to put it on them.
Yeah, they're out there. They're out living it up. In Dubai.
That's what I mean, bro.
What?
What are you going?
1-1. 2-1. No, it's going to be goals. It's going to be goals. 3-1. 3-1.
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah,
I was going to go 2-1, so I was going to get 2-1.
All right, 2-1. You got 2-0, 3-0, and 3-1.
Heck yeah. Back. Oh, just getting ready for this little cooking I'm probably about to get. So, yeah, we'll move on to my trash team, as we call them at the moment, the Banter Club. Just another home loss. Disappointed again. Here's me thinking we're a little bit on the up after we made the final, and they did go and disappoint me again at home.
I predicted this, didn't I? That's what I said, remember? I said, Man United will show you this week against West Ham why
the
they
funny thing is you got the correct score as well, so you were right. This is exactly where we are. We're the shittest team of the league that's not getting relegated. It's exactly where we are. Pretty disappointing to say.
Sorry, get it right. The second.
Honestly, Banks.
We're not second. We're not second, bro.
Is Tottenham above now?
So, no, they're not. But they've beaten us 3 times. So if you really put it, we are the shittest. We're the shittest team that's not getting relegated this whole season. So yeah, it's been a pretty terrible season. Disappointing to watch them. So I'm just glad that it's over in 2 weeks. Got a final to look forward to, and it's actually on the Thursday. This Thursday coming up.
Are you slightly worried about next season?
I am a little bit. I'll see.
Are
if
you
we-
worried?
the
Are you
times-
worried about? I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't seen Sean
I don't know
Dice
either, eh?
having a dig at
No,
Amber.
fuck that guy. I'm definitely not. Yeah,
Did you see
he was
it?
supposed to that he can. Yeah, that he can
Did you see
manage
it?
us to play 4-4-2.
Well,
Yeah, I did see it.
You better start, yeah, you better
But
start winning games. Because if I go
yeah,
there
I am
and I
definitely
play my
worried.
system,
Like,
I'd be winning more games.
probably would be
Drawing more
Like-
games. Let's be
drawing.
honest. Right?
Okay, we'll
Drawing
probably
more
be
games.
exactly where we are.
Yeah, that's what I
Just,
mean.
just
Instead
made
of
it out.
losing,
Just made out of
you'll
the
be getting nil
relegation.
draws. That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, it is pretty terrifying to think about if we don't get any good signings. If we even don't make Champions League to make the good signings, it's pretty bad considering where we are and who we are. So it is pretty worrying
You
to
see,
think
I
about.
still think I still think you'll be able to attract pretty good players.
Yeah,
not,
just not,
you won't be able to attract players of like the top bracket, but I feel like you will still be able to attract players who we were able to
just
attract
gonna
when
have to
Jurgen
really
Klopp
rebuild.
first came. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I have heard that he's been linked with Semenyo from Bournemouth.
Yeah,
And
we're being linked to a lot of people at the moment because
I've even heard Osterman. Apparently, there's talks of Osterman. But if you can pull them two off,
like I said, if we make Champions League, we could even pull off the Gyökeres deal. So it just depends. Like we could get better signings if we do win the final, but yeah, like we still probably could make decent signings if we don't. It's just like they're going to be
I don't know,
mid-table signings, sort of. So
telling
we're
you,
just
the
going to really have to rebuild.
Portuguese league's a bit of a sham, man. We got Nunes.
Yeah,
and
no.
Nunes was
Nunes,
popping
yeah, I know.
off, like, Nunes scored like 40-something goals there in the season. It was like, I don't know, it's just a bit sus of the league for me.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to
After that,
see what we get really in the
Nunes
summer.
fooled you,
Like,
lad. He fooled Klopp. He scored 3 goals against you at the Anfield, and then you thought this cunt's sick and went and bought him because that's like what you usually do. And
But
yeah,
you've seen him.
Yeah,
You've seen him.
that's absolutely
You've
true,
seen
yeah.
him. You can see if he fine-tuned one or two things, he would be absolutely lethal. But he just doesn't have the ability.
generally, if you're just I know
he
this
just
sounds
mentally
basic.
can't calm himself down.
That's what I was about to say. If he just literally chilled out, like just a little bit in front of goal, he'd be worried. Like I'm not even trying to over-exaggerate. He'd be one of the maddest strikers in the Premier League right now. Like like the chances he gets himself in, the positions he gets himself in is like
But his
a
speed,
striker's dream. You know what I mean? And like I said, he's got
his
the
speed,
pace as well.
his
As well,
positioning.
he's big, and then all of a sudden, like you said, he like you said, he's a bit of a he's a bit of a nutter. You know what I mean? Like he can't.
And he's just always offside, man. He's just always offside. He's like,
that's what I mean. Like that's what I mean by that. He's like,
offside,
he can't contain himself. He's too excited. He's always on like one foot in front of the defender. Like, oh, let me track my run. You know what I mean? But he's funny. He's definitely one of the funny players that embraced the Premier League. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, sorry, Dave.
No, that's up there.
Yeah, Onana is another one. Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's just been a terrible season. Just gotta wait, really. Like I said,
I actually want to ask you,
signings.
this is pretty unique for you. Well, actually, I'm trying to think of a team that's done something similar.
It is unique.
Yeah, very unique. And like I said, I wish when we were this shit, like just not even final, just getting into a cup run would have been amazing.
Yeah,
so like
that's
I know it's a bit different.
That's still the crazy thing is
that's what I'm trying to say. Like you've been like that's what I mean. You're saying to me, what
still
really
in
stuck
the
with me?
Europa League.
No, that's what I mean. What really stuck with me just then when you were just talking then, you're like, we're having a horrible season, blah, blah, blah. This is shit. We just lost to West Ham. But in 2 weeks, we've got a final, which is kind of crazy to me to even think about that. This fact that, like you said, how horrible you have been this season. Is it, like I just want to get your like opinion. Like, how does it feel? Like, because again, this is pretty unique. I can't think of a team that's been in the Big Six or whatever that's done something like what you're doing. Do you get what I mean? Like, having like again, if he probably wasn't in the final, there'd be uncomfortable conversations with Amaron right now. You know what I mean? Like, so
there definitely would be.
And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, yeah, like, it's weird, but like because it's got to the final and so whatever. It's like it's papered over some of the cracks. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just want to know.
We've still had a bad, like really terrible season. Like you've already seen everyone already whinging about it, trying to say that no one should be getting into the Champions League. Like it's only just changed now because both these two shit teams are where they are in the league, but shouldn't really matter. Like it's a cup. It's got nothing to do with the league. So we have done well to get to the final. It is weird because
I don't even want to defend your club, but yeah, look at themselves before they look at you, like or Tottenham, and be like, all right, yeah, you might have been shit, but then why did you let these shit teams get to the final? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it was a little bit easier. Like I do understand, it was easier this season because no clubs from the Champions League did drop down, but it's still a couple.
Yeah, but they didn't verse any champ. That's what I'm trying to say. They didn't verse any Champions League teams too. That like the other teams that played in the competition. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they were only facing each, like you were facing each other. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So there's no really excuse there. You know what I mean? It's like whoever's the best out of you wins. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like
and I didn't expect. Like I said, it was easier because there was no Champions League teams dropping down into Europe, but there was still some decent teams in there. I wasn't expecting Bodo Glimt to beat who they beat Lazio. I thought Lazio was the team that came first in in that little group thing. I think they only drew like one game more. Yeah, I think they didn't even lose until they got knocked out. So they were the favorites to win. So it still wasn't. Obviously, we were one of the favorites, but after all the league form, obviously that dropped a lot. But we were still doing well in the cup. So it is weird to see us in the final from how bad we have been all season. But you can only do what you can. Who's in front of you?
But I think that's the thing.
I can't help
I think that's the thing as well. I feel like that's why United fans. I feel like that's why even Amram continuously keeps saying, like it means nothing. Like I think I've heard a lot coming from him in terms of just that this really doesn't change much. If we win it,
it doesn't.
Like if we win it, great, but that doesn't change the situation at all. Like we're still in a bad situation.
We're still the shittest team other than the relegation teams, so we still got to really switch our league form around next season. So, like I said, really, this is all this is going to do is help us get a bit better signings and a little bit more money if we win this trophy, and a little bit of banter on Arsenal.
Should have tried to get Ancelotti, lad.
Yeah, but he already had a deal placed like a year or two ago with the Brazilian team that he was going to take over before the World Cup. So can't really try to sway him.
But you can try the allure of rebuilding.
Maybe after the World Cup. But
it would be something that.
When's the World Cup next season? Maybe if Amram goes shit, just keep him there and then get Ancelotti after the World Cup, maybe. But that I don't think
he's going to come. With Brazil, he'll stay with him.
You just need to invest next year.
Yeah, but you can just be like, I'll give you a 4-year contract, and then when they get back to the World Cup, you go back.
The thing is, if one of them relegation teams, and this is but the crazy thing, if one of them relegation teams this year performed, these would have been relegated. Probably.
Yeah.
Or nearly. Or maybe potentially relegated.
The target is usually 40 points, and we still haven't even hit it. And I was full bantering, like, we don't even need to get 40 points. We only need to get 35, and I was full right, because look at all these teams only like 22 points. So we didn't even need to get 30 points just to stay up. That's how shit these clubs have been.
I'm genuinely angry at the whole league.
If one, like you're saying, if one of them was decent, if Leicester was decent, we probably would have been fucking relegated the way that we've been this whole season. But thank fuck, all three of them are terrible, because we're still, like I said, we're the shittest of the rest.
None of them come up and done what like Nottingham done. Like when Forest come up, Forest spent.
When Swansea got up, I don't know, for some reason Swansea and Southampton are the two teams that I remember.
Swansea
like that.
Oh, they were peaking at one point. Man.
I still think the best example of a team coming up is Brighton. It has to be.
Yeah,
Like,
now
right
it's Brighton.
like what
Back
you want to
then,
be.
when
You
we
know
were a
what I
little
mean?
bit younger, I think it was Southampton until they got robbed.
Yeah,
Like,
Southampton was like that, but they started selling too much of their good players, and then they fucked up. Whereas Brighton were like, no, I'm not just gonna get rid of everyone. If you want our players, you pay for it, sort of thing. You know what I mean? So, and it ended up being in their favor. So,
yeah,
now
they
look
did
where
the
they are.
smart business.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, I just feel like the formula's there. I'm not saying everyone copy Brighton, but there's definitely a formula there. Just work around it. But instead, no, that they come into the league and then just yo-yo. You know what I mean? And it's kind of getting a bit, boring. I remember when we were growing up or whatever, when we used to watch Premier League, freaking, it'd be like, oh, who's the 3 new teams coming in? You know what I mean? You'd see the familiar faces here and there, like Norwich and shit, but there'd always be Queen Park Rangers, whatever, Charlton, Athletic, whatever. You know what I mean? Like all these teams are just coming.
I think the difference now is the money and the money involved in the Premier League and being in the Premier League, like with the TV deals and everything like that.
Financial fair play, but it's not.
Yeah, but if you compare that, even probably the financial fair play allowance to what the championship clubs generate, it's probably still 10 times that. So the Premier League clubs have this enormous financial foothold and there's just so much more money involved. The players,
well, no, this is the thing. Norwich had to kind of semi-cheat to get to stay in the Premier League, pretty much, if you deep it, because you've got to remember they got done. I know it was only a small whatever deduction and point or whatever it was and fine, but they still got done because apparently they overspent what they were supposed to spend on or whatever. And they had to do that and then they barely stayed up as well. Like if you remember, they just scraped it towards the end of the season. And then they got what's his name? The one that the coach they got now, Nuno Santos or whatever his name is. So I don't know. It just feels like the new, like I said, like you were saying, the new teams, they struggle with the money, but at the same time, I just feel like the financial fair play is not really fair to them. You know what I mean? Like it favors the big teams, like you said. The teams that are up the top more than the teams that are down on the bottom.
Well, it's not a cap like that. Every team abides by the same cap. It's a percentage cap.
Yeah,
so it's like if the bigger clubs, the bigger their percentage.
Yeah, look, that's what I mean. But then that doesn't make it even.
Yeah, no,
that's what I mean.
It doesn't because But look, we're one of the big ones. We want to keep our
look, that's what I mean.
Let's not lie.
That's what I mean. As a top 6 fans, we shouldn't really be complaining about it. But at the end of the day, it's you know what I mean? I want to be fair for the other teams as well. But that's what I mean. It's hard for these new teams coming up. And you know what's funny? Leicester's not even a new team. Leicester was one of the old boys until they got relegated. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things. You know what I mean? But I don't know. So who have you got this week, Sol? Who's a big game?
Chelsea. Chelsea's tomorrow at 5 in the morning. If you want to go up and watch it.
I mean, if I'm up, I'll be watching it as a massive hater.
Yeah, we got.
You know what's funny? I actually want you to do something. I need you to do something. So
Chelsea to do something. Get in front of Arsenal. So we need to start on laugh at Arsenal now.
Chelsea.
We're probably going to lose anyway. We're terrible in the league. It's at the Bridge as well. We usually lose, so I'll go 3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. Fuck. I get a draw, will you? I'll go 2-2. Just do something. But then again, you might not even play your full team, eh? You might rest most of your players.
We'll be resting most of we've been playing the last 2-3 weeks. We've been playing some half.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Chelsea 2-0. Can't believe I'm actually sighing about that as well.
Chelsea 3-1.
Yeah, we'll be playing half again. It'll be like MS, whatever his name, the young left back. It'll be most of the young players playing.
Fair enough. Might as well rest them for the cups. But your cup is only 2-3 years old, right?
On Thursday.
The Europa League is only like a 3-4 year old competition, right?
Fuck off.
No, I'm just asking. It's just a 3 to 4. Like it just recently started, like you said, right?
No,
No,
that's the
well,
bloody Conference League, not the Europa
no,
League.
what I'm trying to say is like, look, you go have fun in that competition that just started 4 or 5 years ago.
You're gonna go have fun in your cup competition now,
Yes,
the
yes.
oldest one in the world.
Yes, thank you very much. So look, let's move on to the oldest cup competition in the world, the biggest cup competition in the world, in my opinion.
The biggest as well.
Yeah. Look, I call it the Bigger Fish Cup because it is like, it is the biggest fish to fry. I'll keep a straight face without laughing anymore. But
Biggest
look,
fish stick fry. Is that what you just said?
yeah, the biggest fish cup to fry. You know what I mean? That's how I feel
thought you
it.
said
Because like at the end of the day, it is the most pristine and oldest cup competition in the world. But again, I won't mention that.
I just
But
want to know,
look,
does that, if you win that one, does that get you into the Champions League?
nah, we don't really want that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we feel
Look at
bad.
this
We'll just
guy.
we'll give it to one of the other guys that
He's coming in cooking.
deserve it.
Imagine,
You know what I mean?
imagine you lose your next 2 games and you fall out of the top
With
4
his mate.
and then United qualify from 17th
And we
to
don't
16th.
win a cup. First of all, you won't see this panel on the top left. You won't see that. That'll be disappeared for 2 to 3 weeks. I can tell you that right now. No, look, I think I made this joke with Sol. I didn't care what happened. Like, as long as Arsenal lost, it took the pressure off. Well, as a personally for me, I'm not saying for all City fans. Just personally for me, it just took the pressure off like this season. Like as much as how shit we've been, whatever. I'm just like the fact that they haven't won anything makes it feel so much better now. You know what I mean? So, but hey, it's now even more sweeter that we are in a cup competition. I mean, in the final, and they're not. But look, enough about them. It is about the big team in London, Crystal Palace, not them. So yeah, no, look, Crystal Palace. There's this myth going around that they're a bit of our bogey team, and like I get that because like you see the results, and sometimes Palace get a draw, and they've won here and there. But look, at the end of the day, if we play our game like what we did actually recently, like a couple of weeks ago, where I thought like I thought I saw like the City of old, you know what I mean? Like where we actually played. No, well, the first 20 minutes we played horrible because they scored 2 goals, but then after that we dusted them. You know what I mean? They didn't have an answer. 5 goals just off the bat, like you know what I mean? So I know that was a league game. It was a bit more like there wasn't as much at stake as the FA Cup final. But look, I'll be honest, Crystal Palace have everything to play for. Right, this is a big day for them. I mean, I think the last time they were in the cup final was against you lot, Sol, wasn't that? Am I correct? And they lost that one.
In the day.
Yeah, it was
the
FA
day
Cup.
Before I even used to watch. Yeah, it was.
Oh,
yeah.
no. I think it was even more recently, like 2014 or something, bro, from memory.
Oh, that was that was
that a
Carling
Cup or it could have been?
Yeah,
Could have
that
been.
was
Anyway,
that was
they
Southampton that we beat. It was Latan. Actually, I can't even remember now.
Yeah, anyway, I just remember them being in the cup final like not too long ago, right? But either way, so this is a big day for them. Again, they have nothing to lose. They got Eze, as we know. And fair play to them because a lot of people thought they were going to go dusted after they got rid of what do you call it? Elise.
I thought.
Who else they got? Huh?
I said I thought they were going to get dusted.
Yeah, I know you were their biggest hater this season for some reason. I still think you're going for us in the final, but you just don't want to admit it.
No.
No, I'm joking.
Whoa, yeah, he had a full Palace hatred at one point. I remember.
No, what do you mean?
Somewhere. We got records. We got records.
In the final against City.
There's records on the pod somewhere. He hated them.
It switched.
Yeah, he switched up as soon as he found out that they're versing City in the final. How dare he?
Switched up.
He's been the number one hater. But to be fair, they've turned it around massively at the second half of the season. Fair play to their coach. I don't know his name, so I'm not going to botch it. But yeah, they got what's up that striker's name? That's got that cool name.
Mateta.
Mateta. I want you. Yeah, bro. If he plays, I think he's not even starting. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're not even starting him, and they're still playing well. So look, I said this about Forest though as well. I said they have nothing to lose, whatever, and I feel like Forest are a better team than Palace. But when we played our game, when we dictated it, like in that game, especially against Forest, we played the way that City played, like usually play. You know what I mean? So if we do that against Palace, and like I said to you before, we do that the same thing we did a couple of weeks ago to them, we should beat them. But this is a cup final. Anything's I've seen my team go and beat the best of United teams at the cup finals. I've also seen my team go and lose to Wigan in a cup final. So anything can happen at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
I think it's just you have to match them because they're going to be hungry. So the first thing is you have to play your game and you have to match them for hunger and desire. And if you can do that, you'll win.
I don't want to sound look. I'm not even trying to like clickbaity or sound controversial here, and I'll be dead ass serious with both of you. If we start Haaland, Palace, I'm not saying we're going to lose. If we start Haaland, Palace are going to be like, thank you, we're cheering because bro, they'll dream of that. They'll want to they'll put forward at him. They'll put forward the back, 2 on him at the whole time, and then just break on the counter. Boom. They got Eze, they got all these fast players. That's what they're dreaming of. If we play how we've been playing without Haaland, and then play the false nine with either Kevin De Bruyne, Marmoush, whatever, I reckon we'll cook them like we did to Forest. Because this recent form has changed dramatically over
turned on Haaland.
No, I haven't been turned on Haaland.
Then Haaland.
That's a big statement.
Yeah, I'm just saying for this game, you bench Haaland because people are thinking about this season.
We'll give him a starting position at Liverpool.
Nah, he doesn't want to play.
We need a new striker.
You've got a good one. You've got a Uruguayan Haaland apparently. So
he's shot. He's hopefully gone.
No, look, I'm not even trying to be clickbaity or whatever. What I'm trying to say is for this game, because this season we've been found out completely. We all know this. You know what I mean? Like,
well, we've got to clip that and put that on Instagram. I want to clip that.
Here we go. Fake City fan calls out Haaland. Yeah, like the title will be something. I will get like, and you like change that like.
Minutes. I got it written down.
Actually, no. What? You keep this guy out of the show, bro. This guy is not. You were cheeky last week, and now you carried on. Now get out of here, bro. But look, what I'm trying to say is, if we play the way we've been playing in the last 8 weeks, then I feel like we should win this game. Even with or without Haaland, depending on what happens. But I just feel like, like if we do play Haaland, they'll just sit back and play. All right, perfect. We'll just play. We'll wait for you to come at us. We'll play. We'll literally do what Southampton did. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but they've got
actually at the same time.
Yeah, but you only played half as well.
This is the thing as well. This is the thing. Even if he's play Haaland, if Haaland's on form, you will win. He's good enough. No,
I said that literally.
But if he has a good game, even if they come out with whatever mentality they want to come out, if he has a good game, he scores 3 goals. That's just what he does.
No, I'm not even saying don't start. Imagine, like, for example, let's say we play the false 9 game. Like, let's say we do the false 9 tactic, right? And it's like 60 minutes in or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, still 0-0, whatever. Imagine bringing on the big man. Coming on the 67 minute against tied defenders. I know for a fact if I'm a defender and I'm saying that, I'm crying. Exactly. You know what I mean? So
get to the chopper.
Exactly. There's tactics to be had there. What's that? Sorry.
I'd probably start him just because.
Yeah, he will probably start. Like he'll definitely start. I'm just giving my out there opinion. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
With tired legs, if he's not doing so well, 0-0, like might even be a bit different.
Yeah.
Because Haaland's only just got back, like he still might not be in that group yet. So it might even be good to start him just to see if he can go for that 60 minutes, 60, 70 minutes. If he doesn't get a goal, then maybe throw on Marmoush and start, doing what he's doing.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And then play like a double striker role, like have him play behind Haaland or something. Or even replace Haaland.
I'd take Haaland off. Yeah, it depends on how the game's going. Like you might even need extra time for the penalty.
Like if he's getting like bullied by 2 or 3 players, then take him off.
Yeah, take him off.
Then bring help on. I agree, 100%.
You might need him for the penalties. because he is a deadly penalty.
Yeah, no, he is good. He's good. No, for sure. But look, I honestly think, like what you were saying before, we just have to up the intensity because we know their intensity is going to be crazy, right? We all know this. Like they're up for it. They're going to be. It's going to be a great day for them. We just have to show up. You know what I mean? We just have to play the City way, and if we do, and I'm not even trying to be cocky, whatever. I'm not trying to be like arrogant. Just being dead set serious. If we play our way of football that we know how we play, we should beat them because we do have the better players at the end of the day. But again, like I said to you before, I've seen my team lose to Wigan, but I've seen my team beat, Liverpool, whatever. So at the end of the day, anything can happen in these cup finals. So you just got to take it on the chin and move on. You know what I mean? But we made this joke this start of season, so I'm like, yeah, it would have been nice to see another Manchester derby. Imagine that. But like, good to see another team in the final.
Yeah, 3 years in a row now.
Yeah, 3 years in a row. I mean, like, considering like the season we've had, not bad. And again, it is the oldest cup competition in the world. So, hey, we can't just frown on it like that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it was there when we were. It was there before we were in our dad's ball sacks.
What's your prediction? What are you going for? 2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace, huh?
Are you really going 2-1 Palace?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, yeah, I'm just making sure. I'll write it down.
Sol, do you want to go or?
Oh, good. 2-1 City. 2-1
This is going to be as a.
Yeah, that whatever. What is that? Like the Empire State Building or something? Yeah, that. Yeah. See, I know what building. I know what monument. I'm gonna go for a big monumental scoreline here. Yeah.
What's the World Cup?
4-1 City. Oh wait, sorry. This is Arsenal's trophy. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, 4-1 City. Bring it on. We're gonna dust them. Show Palace who the real boys are. For them, it's a big day for them. For us, it's our second home. So bring it on.
I need you to play every pass.
Then also you have a week game because obviously you're missing out on the.
Oh yeah, we got a catch-up game on the weekend. Yep.
You've got a catch-up game with Bournemouth at home.
Ooh.
Again, this is a big game because these are only.
That is a big game, especially now that we drew to. Yeah, we drew to Southampton. These are crucial games. We must win games now, no matter what. In my opinion, we can't go half-assed like we did against Southampton, or like you were saying before. Top 4 is literally could be out of our reach.
You're 4th at the moment with 2 points ahead of Chelsea and Aston Villa. So if Chelsea beat us, you lose.
That's what I mean. Like that's what I was trying to say to you before. I wasn't bantering when I was like, "Need you to do us a favor if you can," but I don't think you are. But look, at the end of the day,
Tottenham. So
yeah, again,
come on.
These two finalists, and I can't trust them.
Jesus Christ. Pressure on if Chelsea and Aston Villa win, they do put pressure on you for that Wednesday game to win it.
100%. That's what I mean. It's a big.
Would you take the loss, Jacob? Jacob, would you take the loss if you knew that Man City were going to miss out on top 4?
So I could be, if we win the final, yeah.
Well, it doesn't really matter if he's win. It's the Premier League anyway. It doesn't matter anyway. If you lose to Chelsea,
no, I mean, like,
Chelsea, it doesn't change nothing.
If they win,
so even if he's were to lose the final, but that just means like at least what?
No,
effectively,
then they'll still make Europa League, and then we make nothing. So, and then we're just fully banter. Yeah, but like I said, if you win it, you make the Champions League. It's how we're going to make it on Thursday.
That's still so insane.
Is it on Thursday? Is it on Thursday?
News could be in the Champions League next season.
Have you seen the news about Kulusevski?
Yeah, I was just saying Kulusevski in the last pod too. I was saying Kulusevski is one of their most dangerous players. He's out injured. No Kulusevski, no fucking Madison for them. So yeah, it's pretty good.
For the final, no Madison as well.
No Madison, no Kulusevski.
Yeah, I think Son's just come back from injury. They just come back from injury.
So please come
back. I think this will be Son's first game back from injury. If I'm correct.
No, wait, so when is the final? When is the final? It's not until
this Thursday. Like next Thursday in like 6 days.
That's what I mean. I thought it was. That's like a few weeks away.
No, that's why.
They brought the Europa League forward now. They brought the final forward now.
Yeah, they've done it the last 2-3 years. It's been done before the
No, it
season
has been done
finishes.
before the Champions League. He's right, but I
No,
thought
not
it was
Champions League. I was about to say the season. I meant the season, not Champions League.
yeah, season. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because that's why we've got the 2 early games tomorrow. Because Tottenham's playing at like 4:30 in the morning tomorrow, and we're playing at like 5.
Yeah,
So
actually, that's what I was gonna ask. I was like, what's with these weird times all of a sudden? But now you just said
yeah,
it, so it makes sense. Oh,
yeah, help with the final because it gives us at least both of us like sort of exactly the same break for the final. They've got what they're playing half an hour before us, so they get exactly the same break that we do till the final.
yeah, for sure.
But
Well,
yeah, you got yourself and Bournemouth.
yeah, no, look, it's gonna be like I said, it's gonna like now because of what happened with the Southampton game, and with everyone winning. Yeah, look, it's a must win. We have to win.
Must
We
win.
can't even
Yeah,
go in there half-assed. Bournemouth, I don't think they have a little bit to play for. I know, like,
a
um,
draw could do you because she's probably got a better goal difference. I haven't actually checked that, but
we have an
because
okay
even if
goal
like
difference. I
if
think it is
Aston
better
Villa
than
and Chelsea.
Chelsea's. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
it's
so
better
you'll
than
still be top
Chelsea's.
5, but
Yeah,
who would you have last? Who you say Fulham last week
cool.
for the
Yeah.
last game?
Which, to be honest, I think Fulham are at the beaches a little bit. They have really nothing to play for. So,
So Chelsea's got Nottingham Forest for their last game. I'm just telling
yeah,
you the all, and then we've actually got Aston Villa for our last game.
you do us double favors here, mate. I know your team won't because that's how they are usually. When I want them to do us favors, they never do.
We'll get.
But look,
We're on 39 points, bro. We're going to get a draw in these next 2 games just to get that 40
you
points
need
for
that
you.
40, bro. You need that 40 points. Now, look, at the end of the day, like I said, we just need to win. I'm just going to go a safe 2-0. Hopefully, we just get it done. I think it's a home game. Yeah, I'm 100%
Yeah,
sure
that's
it's a
a
home
home
game.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, 2-0. Just get it done. Nothing too
I'll go
fancy.
2-1. I'll go 2-1 news. I feel like
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. We should, like we said, we did beat them.
damn.
We beat them in the FA
Only-
Cup in the quarterfinals just recently. So, and
Yeah.
that was away. So, you know what I mean. We'll see what happens.
No, I feel like these will make it. It'll just be, like I said, it'll just be a little bit more pressure if Chelsea and Aston Villa do
Yeah,
beat
well,
the 2 teams that they're
that's the
playing
thing,
this
and
week.
they play beforehand as well. So that's the thing. So that pressure will be on us, sort of thing, to get that W. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it will be final day will be a tricky one. But yeah, no, look, not much to add on with that. Yeah, that's all with the City segment,
We're
I
about
guess.
to do the predictions, but Joey just some reason
Yeah, we'll just
cut
do it
out.
on.
So
We'll
we'll
do it
just do it
on.
on. But for us, just quickly, Banks, just only because the Tottenham and Aston Villa game's on in the morning, then I can actually do all the other ones later. We'll just do that one right now. So
Sure.
Aston Villa, Tottenham. I'll go 3-1 Aston Villa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 Aston Villa. Especially now that you've told me about these injuries. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's
Good
it.
pod, lads. I was going to say goodbye to our 2 hosts, but one of them's really disappeared. So
Yeah, his
hit
laptop
that
died
like and
apparently. So
hit the like and subscribe. If you do watch this, go check out our Instagram page, Through Your Lads TV, and then hopefully go check out mine and Banks's Twitch as well. Red Devil Soul, obviously, and we got a 3 Lads Twitch page. I might jump
that's
on
just called Three
tonight.
Lads. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I might jump on Twitch tonight with some Marvel, not with
Nice.
our one there because I got to set it all up and I haven't really done it yet. So I might just jump on mine because it's quick and easier.
Yeah,
So
just do
yeah,
Red
might
Devil Soul. So
come join in. We might go
how they
obviously.
spell it? Like your name there? How
Yeah,
you got it?
exactly that. Yeah,
Cool.
exactly right there. That's how you do the Twitch. So yeah, come join us, and yeah, come join us again for the next pod next Friday. Again, like, subscribe. 3 Lads. Peace out. We'll be back.
Peace. Bigger fish. Bigger fish. All right, I'll see you soon.